As Bill Powell, of course, just told us, the rain continues to pour down. We are joining Liz Jarvis, who is out in the rain, to update us on conditions in various parts of central Georgia. Liz?
Well, the good news here, Frank, is the rain has stopped, at least temporarily, and you can see in the sky we've gotten some breaks. So I guess while it may be raining over you folks and over the folks in downtown, at least here at the 247 split, we're a little bit dry, let's put it that way. And if you look down, the roads are also dry, but don't be cheering yet. They were flooded all the way up to this motel here last night when we were here about 9 o'clock. The water was coming up to the windows. Now, of course, everything appears to be dry. You can even see all the way as far as you can see Tobosoffke Creek not threatening the roads any longer. But this road is still impassable because there's a big hole in the bridge on the southbound side, and the road is washed out on the northbound side. And I talked to a Georgia State Patrolman who said he got word that one of the bridges that's the furthest south is also damaged. So it's going to be a long time before we see Highway 247 open again. And so in the meantime, at least you gave people the detour route. Incidentally, that Georgia State Patrolman was from Canton. He arrived here this morning. Several state patrol officers have been sent in from around the state after we had that fatality at the Pianono and Rocky Creek Road area. They're willing to stay here, or they're prepared, I should say. They're prepared to stay here for about 7 days. But now I see we're showing you where the gas leak is occurring. I spoke to someone with Southern Bell who has just left that area. They told me the gas is still leaking. Now, when the floodwaters were raging across the bridge last night, apparently that's when the bridge washed out, and a Georgia Power truck that was trying to get down there last night informed Eyewitness News, informed me that that bridge indeed had washed out in the northbound lane. They were trying to make a critical run last night to someone who needed electricity. They had had an outage, so they had witnessed that that bridge was washed out. Now, when the bridge washed out, it apparently damaged or cracked one of the gas lines that runs underneath the bridge. So the gas is running out of there. Apparently, it's a very, very slow leak. We can't really smell anything at this point, and I guess we're just about 150, 200 yards away. So, like I said, we don't really smell anything right now. The danger would be is if that line were to rupture and break totally before they get a chance to cut the gas off. Now, what they have to do is there's a valve on either end of that main. What they'll have to do is dig under there, shut off that valve, and keep that gas from flowing back and forth. So that's what they're trying to do now, and we see several cars that are still out there, some more people who are out and about there. I believe there's some gas folks and Southern Bell officials, some DOT folks have been also there so that they could see what's going on and make sure that no further structural damage is done. So it looks like this situation is under control. They haven't said anything about evacuations or anything. It looks like they can very simply cut off those valves, and that will shut off the gas. Now, I'm not exactly sure whether that will disconnect anyone on either end of that line. I have not been able to talk to anyone from the gas company. However, I'm told that they can route the gas lines just as they can power lines. Frank?
Liz, let me get back to the road situation for a minute. So even when all this water recedes, when we're talking about Highway 247, they're going to have to do bridge repairs and road repairs before that road is even able to take anyone on?
Of course, I haven't talked to any civil engineers or anyone with the DOT, but I imagine that since the road is washed out in the northbound lane, that's going to have to be dealt with. And if there's structural damage to the bridge, I can't see them opening it up, because if it's cracked and if it's given way on one side, it could be cracked or damaged underneath. And of course, once you get that kind of traffic back and forth in and out of Macon and Warner Robins, all that pressure, all that weight could further do damage. And we certainly don't want to see cars plummeting down into Tobosoffke Creek. So they're going to make very certain that all these bridges are safe before they open up the road. Frank?
Liz, thank you very much for updating us not only on the roads but also on the gas leak there in South Bibb County. That's Liz Jarvis reporting live.